The year was 1612. The place Pendle Forest in Lancashire, England. A group of men and women found themselves accused of a heinous crime, witchcraft. These individuals, forever known as the Pendle Witches, were thrust into a maelstrom of fear, superstition, and ultimately tragedy. Their story, though centuries old, still resonates, a chilling reminder of the dangers of ignorance and the fragility of justice. The Pendle Witches were not royalty or politicians. They were ordinary people living on the fringes of society. They were poor and often relied on begging or selling herbal remedies to survive. This made them easy targets in a time when poverty was often seen as a sign of wickedness. Their lives, seemingly insignificant, became swept up in a larger narrative of fear and societal upheaval. The accusations against them, stemming from a time when belief in witchcraft was widespread, were based on flimsy evidence and fueled by personal vendettas. Their story is a stark reminder of the human capacity for cruelty and the devastating consequences of unchecked power. It serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to question, to reason, and to always seek justice tempered with mercy. 17th century England was a time of great change and unrest. The Protestant Reformation had taken hold, creating religious divisions within the country. The reign of James I was marked by political intrigue and economic hardship. In this climate of uncertainty and fear, superstition flourished. Belief in witchcraft was widespread. People believed that witches made pacts with the devil and possessed supernatural powers. These powers, it was thought, could bring harm to others, causing illness, misfortune, or even death. Witches were seen as a very real threat, lurking in the shadows, ready to strike at the heart of the community. The law took accusations of witchcraft seriously. The Witchcraft Act of 1563 made it a crime to harm someone through witchcraft. Accusations often arose from personal disputes, grudges, or social anxieties. A beggar denied alms, a farmer whose crops failed, a child who fell ill. These misfortunes could all be attributed to witchcraft. Once an accusation was made, the wheels of justice, often skewed by fear and prejudice, began to turn. The Pendle witch hunt began with an encounter between Alison Device, a young beggar girl, and John Law, a peddler. Alison, seeking charity, was refused by Law. Shortly after, Law suffered a fall and became partially paralyzed. He accused Alison of cursing him. This seemingly minor event set off a chain reaction that would have devastating consequences. Alison, under questioning, confessed to witchcraft and implicated her family. The authorities, already primed to see witchcraft at work, quickly arrested them. The accusations snowballed, fueled by fear, rumor, and the desire for self-preservation. Neighbors turned on neighbors, accusing each other to deflect suspicion or settle old scores. The accused, mostly women and often from the poorest classes, were subjected to brutal interrogations. They were deprived of sleep, food, and subjected to physical abuse. These harsh conditions often led to false confessions, further solidifying the belief in a widespread conspiracy of witches. The stage was set for a trial that would expose the darkest undercurrents of a society gripped by fear and superstition. The trial of the Pendle Witches took place at Lancaster Assizes in August 1612. The accused, already demonized in the public eye, faced a legal system heavily biased against them. Evidence against them was largely circumstantial, based on hearsay, rumor, and coerced confessions. The court, presided over by judges eager to prove their zeal in rooting out witchcraft, gave little credence to the defendants' pleas of innocence. The trial was more of a spectacle than a pursuit of justice. The testimonies of the accused, often contradictory and confused, were taken as proof of their guilt. The prosecution relied heavily on the testimony of young children, easily manipulated and susceptible to suggestion. In this atmosphere of fear and paranoia, a fair trial was impossible. The outcome was a foregone conclusion. 10 of the accused, including Alison Device and her family, were found guilty and sentenced to death. They were hanged at Gallows Hill near Lancaster Castle, their deaths a stark warning to anyone who dared to challenge the social order or defy the prevailing beliefs of the time. The Pendle Witch Trials remain a dark chapter in English history, a chilling reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria and the fragility of justice when confronted with fear and superstition.